Good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Hey, sis, this is Maya Lynn, founder of Womb Women on Minority Businesses, and it is day 20 of my 31 live days of December. We are winding this thing up, y'all. I am 2/3 of the way through this 31 days to motivate myself to go live more often and hopefully to motivate one of you because going live is just not that bad. I hope you are having a great Monday. It's lunchtime. Yep, I switched it up. So last week I tried out the 6 o'clock hour. Kind of liked it. It was okay. So this week I am going live at 12 noon. And I'm probably going to stick with this through the end of this month just because I feel like this is where I'm going to land. So make sure you join me live at 12 o'clock Monday through Friday after Christmas break. Okay. All right. So hope you're having a great start to your week. I am super blessed this morning. We are just it's a good day. It is a good day. It's a good week. We are just a few days before Christmas. Get your Christmas shopping out of the way, and shout out to all of our tribe members. Hey sis, what's going on? And of course, shout out to all of our folks in the network. What's going on, Womb Network, this morning? Hey sis, how you doing? Thanks for joining me this morning. If you're watching this live, what's going on? If you're watching this in the replay, what's going on? If you're watching this on my personal page, hey family. If you're watching this on our business page, what's going on? Thank you so much for checking out Womb Women on Minority Businesses. Let's see, where else? You might be watching this on LinkedIn or Instagram or YouTube. I don't know where you are, but thank you so much for joining me today. I'm telling you right now, today we're going to be talking about consistency, right? And so this is, for me, this has really been a huge test, and just being consistent, making sure that I am doing something on a regular basis for my business, right? And mainly because I have so much going on, and you have all these things in front of you. And one question I'm always asking are folks who are coming into the network, so what's your biggest challenge? I can't tell you how many times the number one thing people say to me, Mike, is consistency. Like I've gone to all the trainings, I've worked with the coaches. I just have to be consistent in the execution of the things that I have learned. And you're not alone. So that's why I'm talking about consistency today, because that's a challenge for me. That's a challenge for a lot of business owners, just showing up consistently and doing the work. My girl, Stacy Moore, I think Stacy either put it Saturday or maybe it was Sunday, but she had a post on Facebook that said, how about in 2022, you don't do anything new. You just go back and look at the notes. Look at your notes from 2021 and do those things, because you didn't do those things either. So I kind of had to giggle, and it was like a little bit of stab as well, because I said, you know what, it's so right. It's all about being consistent, and sometimes we get super, super caught up in the new things in front of us because this is social media. We're in a world where something new is coming out every second, right? So we get caught up in the new things, and sometimes those new shiny things, they might be great, but so are the things that you've already started working on. So we end up with all of these unfinished projects or unfinished initiatives, or not even ones that are unfinished, ones we haven't even started yet. The download, the class that you took, the workshop that you attended, and you said you're going to go home and you're going to do it. But then something else came up. And so okay, let me do this real quick, and I'm going to go back and do this. So then you end up with a folder. I'm wondering what everybody else's download folder looks like, because mine is ridiculous. Lord knows, if I clean out any folder, that's the folder that needs to be cleaned out. And so it's really about being consistent with showing up consistently in your business. So I'm going to use this live as an example. Just Facebook Live in general, right? Facebook Live is a great tool. It's one of the few things that Facebook gives us that somebody said, I feel like you're reading me, man. Look, I'm not. We're all in this. It's the same. We're all experiencing the same thing, and now that we're kind of going back. There's my phone ringing. We still have a house phone, but now that we're like the world is opening back up. Hold on, y'all. All right, I didn't want my home phone number being on Facebook Live. All right, so oh my god. So anyway, so it's really important for us to make sure that we are showing up in our business, whatever method that you're going to be doing. So for example, Facebook, like I said, Facebook Live, it's a really great tool, but if you're going to go live and you want your followers to follow you consistently, you have to, with every schedule you create, you have to stick with it. And that was one thing about this challenge for me, is figuring out where I want to do this. I know going into 2022, how I want to show up. That's hilarious. Anyway, how I want to show up when I am showing up live. And I want folks to be able to say, okay, I know Maya is going to be live at this time on this day. And if I go to her page at this time, I know she's going to be live. And so what happens is, once you start establishing a routine and then you break that routine and someone shows up and they're looking for the content that you're providing, or looking for whatever it is that you said that you were going to provide and you don't do it, then they just move to something else, because again, there's something new coming out every second. So they don't have to sit and wait for you, right? So one thing I've recognized, whether it's going live, whether it's doing a blog, whether it's doing a podcast, whether it's, posting in your group, whether it's sending emails to your members, whether it's, how you're communicating with your current clients, whatever it is, people are looking for you to be consistent, because there's so much happening there's just so much. And when they find something they like, they need to be able to put their anchor down and say, okay, I enjoy this. I know I can count on this. So I'm going to go back to this particular thing at this particular time. And then when you're not there, it breaks that trust. And so when you are, whether it's for your customers, whether it's for yourself, whether it's a schedule that you're creating for yourself, the consistency is going to allow you to create those routines. So if you were with me yesterday when I went live, we talked about Sunday Power Hour. And the Sunday Power Hour is just 1 hour a week, usually on Sundays. I recommend Sundays, but usually on Sundays, where you take the time to plan out your week. Just, what am I going to do? A lot of folks do not like to plan. I get it. Look, I'm a planner, but I know a lot of folks do not like to plan. All right. But if you're going to plan, if you want to keep it as simple as possible, at least take some time once a week to look at what you need to get done for the week. You'll be surprised how much more consistent you can be if you plan it out. But it's hard to be consistent if every day you're waking up and kind of winging it, right? So I got a question from someone here, and you guys remember, I'm not looking at my phone right now, so I don't know who's talking to me. All right, but I'm gonna read the question. So it says, how do you decide when to move on or to keep going if you're consistent but you don't get feedback, not giving up on your business but giving up on that specific tactic? So now this is when you're looking, ooh girl, ooh. So now this is when we're looking at, okay, I can do that. Now this is when we're looking at, what are you measuring? Right. And so I'm gonna look at that question again, right? And our sis said, how do you decide when to move on or when to keep going if you're consistent, you're not getting feedback? What kind of feedback are you expecting? What is your evidence of success for this particular tactic, right? So for example, if I'm going live every single day at 12 o'clock, and from that, I know folks are either clicking on links, or they're liking the post, or they're joining the group, or if things like that. I'm looking for if my live is actually going to get specific results that I'm looking for, right? So for me, when I'm going live, I'm looking to bring people into our network. Like that is one of the main measurements I'm looking for, like how many people are joining our network on a regular basis, because I am broadcasting in several different places, but I'm always letting folks know, hey, this is where you can find more content, right? And so at the end of the week, I can go back and look, okay, this week I went live every single day. I know we had members coming in. If I'm going live at 12 o'clock, we got folks coming in to the group at 12:30. We got folks coming in at 12:15, 12:30, 1 o'clock. Oh, they probably looked at the live, right? So let's measure, is that actually working? Sometimes you have to remember, especially if I'll use live as an example. I might have folks watching this live right now, and then you have folks watching it in the replay as well, right? And so you have to know what you are actually measuring, and you have to give it time to work. However, and my leaders know this, I am not the person that's going to give something a year and it's just going to fail me for a whole year, right? So at the beginning of each quarter, I have a very specific set of goals that I'm accomplishing for the quarter. And I have every Sunday, I look at those goals and say, okay, what do I need to do this week to reach these goals? And so I'm constantly measuring everything that I'm putting out. And if it's working, great. If it's not working, okay, we need to fix that, which is January 2nd. Look, this is a great segue. January 2nd, we have some new things that we're announcing because of looking at the results of the goals that I set and how they came out. What worked, what didn't work, what do we need to change for first quarter in 2022? So you're going to see some of those changes on January 2nd. And that's not because I just felt like changing something. That's because I'm measuring and I'm looking at what it exactly is I'm trying to accomplish and the steps I'm taking. And did it work? Did it not work? If it worked, great, let's put more into it. If it's not working, what do we need to fix, right? And that's all about being consistent with your business. So and we're not talking about throwing the business away. Like you said, we're talking about specific strategies. So if this particular strategy, first quarter, it was amazing. Okay, how can we pour more into that strategy for second quarter? Let's pour more into that. First quarter strategy, no, that fell flat. I gave it 3 months. I gave it a good solid quarter to work. And after that solid quarter, if I realize I'm actually losing income or I'm losing ground because of that particular strategy, now I'm gonna change it. But you gotta give it some time. But I'm quite sure there'll be people who disagree with me. But I don't believe in giving any kind of strategy unless it's a long term, like it's something that's intended to be long term. Giving it a year and just letting it fail for a year. Look, is it working or is it not working? If it's not working, can we fix it or do we need to throw it away? Because sometimes you might have a strategy, you're being consistent with it, and that's, if you're not consistent with it, then you're messing yourself up already. But if you're consistent with the strategy and you realize it's not working, you go back and look at it. Is it the entire strategy or is it the piece that's not working? What can we adjust to figure out, okay, maybe this element right here is messing up, step 1 messed up step 2, or step 2 messed up step 3. So let's tweak step 2 and see if that works. So you really you have to be willing to go back and evaluate what you've done before you throw the whole thing away. That's a really good question. All right. My measure is sales and also clicks. When it comes to email marketing, I could definitely go by quarter. It's Kayla. Oh, hey, Kayla. So those clicks are great. The clicks are great, but at the end of the day, did it end up in your bank, right? We're business owners. People gonna click, boo. They gonna click, but that doesn't mean that they have gone through your entire process, your entire chain, right? So at the end of the day, did it end up as a sale? Why didn't it? Like, and where in this chain are we falling apart? Where on this customer journey are we missing this to get us to the end result? So if they hit the clicks, but they never got to the sale. So this part's working, right? But there's something after the click that falls apart. So we got to look at what's happening after the click before we get to the sale. If that makes sense. Miss Kayla. Thank you, baby. All right. So all about being consistent. All about being consistent. Just even this week, pick one thing. Just pick one thing that you're like, you know what? And this is not just business. Of course I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm gonna talk about it on the business. But this is your health. This is your family. What any goals, whether it's business goals, personal goals, financial goals, whatever that goal is, it's not going to work if you're not consistent. It just ain't gonna work. Even something you think about and fly by night, like, ooh, but once you implement it, you have to be consistent. And if you're the type of person like me where you have 9,000 ideas all of the time, it's okay. But we don't implement all of those. Well, don't that's another conversation. That's another day. All right. We don't do it all. Whatever you're trying to get done, you got to be consistent. Don't throw it away if you weren't consistent, though. Like, oh, this didn't work. No, you didn't work. That's another conversation, too. Ladybugs, I love y'all so much. Now, let me make sure I'm consistent with this right now. If you are not a part of our Facebook group, make sure that you go ahead and search the Womb Network on Facebook, or just go to facebook.com/groups/the Womb Network, all one word, and go ahead and get into our free Facebook group. We have, I'm telling you, January 2nd, we got some stuff for you. Got stuff in the group. You got to make sure you're there, all right? And of course, if you are interested in becoming a member of the tribe, we're not taking any members again right now until first quarter, but we do have a waiting list. So go to wombbiz.org/join and you get on the waiting list. All right, we got a waiting list going for January. We got some stuff popping up in January that you want to make sure that you are on the list for. All right. And of course, if you see my face, you got to make sure that you like this and share this so other people can see. You don't know who's blessing you, blocking by not sharing this live, y'all. You got to do that. All right. In the meantime, be blessed and be a blessing. There's nothing more powerful than the Council of Women. So look, y'all need to go out there, grab your sisters, and get this done so that we all can win. Y'all know I believe about where crowns connect. We just come together, we build together. We're an unstoppable force of nature when we're consistent. I will see y'all tomorrow, day 21. We get so close. Day 21. Y'all have a great Monday. Bye.